Hello everyone, this is Priyasha from XAT, and in this video we'll be discussing the current affairs and related static GK in the month of May and June 2022. Just like this, I'm about to come up with another 6 months also, so we'll be releasing the videos pretty soon one by one. And as every other current affairs and static GK video, this video also has or gives you an opportunity to have a one-on-one mentorship, of course, free mentorship with call with me. We can have a 15-20 minutes call where we can discuss your specific needs and requirements and aspirations and can make a strategy for you. So if you are interested into this free one-on-one mentorship call, then definitely participate in this. And you guys, if you are new and you don't know what to do over here, then I will be discussing some current affair questions which are specifically important for the month of May and June, and I'll be telling you guys exactly what are the areas where you need to search and make notes of the related static GK. So if you prepare a note accordingly and send it to me, obviously the first one who sends it to me would be getting an opportunity to book that free one-on-one mentorship call with me. And just before we proceed with this video, I'll try to remind you to like this video and share it with more and more people. And if you're new to the channel, then do subscribe as well, because many more workshop videos are yet to come, which will definitely help you to crack that. Now, let's get started with the first question in the month of May, which I found very, very important and useful. The first question says, World of Advanced Virtual Experience, that is WAVE, is an initiative of which Indian public sector bank? So WAVE has been in news because in the Indian bank sector, this is a virtual experience given by one of the banks. Which is that bank? The answer to this question is option B, that is Indian Bank. So Indian Bank has come up with this digital transformation initiative called WAVE, and the bank has recently launched its first digital product also, which is called as PAPL. Keep that in mind. You will have to search it in Google. PAPL is actually the pre-approved personal loan that aims to provide customers with instant loan disbursements serviced through the digital channels only. And this PAPL loan product can be availed through the mobile application, website, or internet banking facility. So it has made it all over virtual. So what are the things which you need to search in Google and make related static GK notes? You have to make static GK notes about the history of Indian Bank. You have to make notes about PAPL system, and you have to make notes about WAVE. What is WAVE and what other things come under WAVE? So these are the three things related to question number one which you have to search. Now we'll go to question number two. The first May Day celebration in India was organized in which Indian city? So you know what is May Day, right? Labor Day. So in which city was it first celebrated or organized is the question here. This is almost a kind of a static GK question itself. But then because it was in the month of May, so it was in the news. So the first one in history to do this was option B, which is Chennai. Okay, Labor Day or the International Workers' Day was observed each year on this first May itself to celebrate the achievements of the working class. We also belong to that, and it is also called as May Day directly. The first May Day celebration took place in 1890, if I am correct. 1890, after the proclamation of the first International Congress of Socialist Party, and some related data you can search yourself related to it. Okay, the first time red flag was used in India in Madras. That time Chennai was called Madras, right? By the Labour Kisan Party of Hindustan. Labour Kisan Party of Hindustan. Okay, so you can just search about these things. I'll tell you the things to search about: the history of May Day, number one. Number two, some facts about Chennai. Okay, so two things to search for question number two. That is how related GK will be there. And just to give you a quick note that if you guys are not following me on Instagram, well, you should do that. The reason is that you will be getting all the updates related to GK, static GK, current affairs, vocabulary, and many more updates over there. Okay, so if you are not using Instagram or staying away from social media because of the examination, I'll tell you what I used to do during my examination. I used to create a temporary account. Okay, you can also call it as a fake account, by the way. So you can make a temporary account in which you follow only those pages from where you get the information. Like, I'll not tell you that only my page on Instagram is a useful one. There are plenty more. So just follow those pages and just make it as a timer. Okay, give yourself a timer that I'll open it for only 10 minutes, and I'll put a timer and open it. I'll just read through scroll through the pages, or the best thing is to directly visit the page. Don't go by your timeline, because in your timeline also, after the limited things, there comes some ads. So to avoid that, just visit the page, like visit the CrackZat page, and there go and open the posts, read it, go to other page where you're following some other updates, and then read it up, and then come back in 10 minutes. And that's how you just cover up your day, okay, in Instagram or in any social media. And if you can't do this, then let me give you a very harsh truth that you can't do anything, because self-determination and this, willpower are the two most essential things to crack any examination. It's not just about MBA, it's about any examination. So if you want to, test yourself, please test your willpower. Okay, let's get started with the third question. Which country is the host of the 24th Summer Deaf Olympics in 2022? Okay, this is special because it's Deaf Olympics, and this 24th Summer Olympics was held in Brazil. Okay, the answer again is option B over here, which is Brazil. So if you didn't know, please make a note of it. And this was on 1st of May 2022 only. A strong Indian contingent of 65 athletes participated in it. So from India, 65 people participated in it. Okay, so that was a really big, good number. Dhanush Shrikant is a name you should remember here. I'll just scribble it. Dhanush Shrikant. This person clinched the gold in the men's 10-meter air rifle competition. And there was another name which you can note over here. This was Shaurya Saini. Shaurya Saini was also someone who won a bronze, I guess. So he was Indian badminton team also won gold by beating Japan in 3-1 in the finals. Okay, so this was a really nice competition, and India played really well. So what are the three things you have to search in this question? You have to search about what are Summer Deaf Olympics, number one, number two about the country of Brazil, and number three about these two, and actually four things. Okay, just search about these two people as well. It will really provide you with lots of information. Now we'll go to question number four. In question number four, it says, what is the sanctioned strength of the Supreme Court of India? Well, this was recently changed in the month of May, and therefore it makes a question of current affairs for you guys, that what is the sanction strength of Supreme Court of India? Well, the answer to this question is option A, which is 34. Just to tell you something about the history, that the Union government Saturday, okay, that time Saturday notified that, see, this was also special because Saturday notifications don't come out, as my teacher was saying. But then it was special because on Saturday they notified that the appointment of the Justice Sudhanshu Dhulia, okay, who was the Chief Justice of High Court Guwahati, and the Justice Jamshed Burjor Pardiwala, sorry if I am pronouncing it wrong, the judge of Gujarat High Court, were the judges of the Supreme Court. Okay, and with this appointment, the number was increased. Current strength was 32. Okay, or you should say not current, but you can say that the old strength was 32, but plus two, the two names which I just now took, the High Court, the Guwahati High Court Chief Justice and the Gujarat High Court Judge. These two people came in, and the sanction strength increased to 34. All right, so you just can note this down. And what are the things you have to search over here? You have to search something about the Supreme Court of India and nothing else. So वहां पर एक ज्यादा search करने बोला था ना question number 3 में. Here I'm reducing one for you. Here only search about Supreme Court of India. Okay, let's come to the fifth question, guys. Fifth question over here says, which is the first Asian country to join NATO's cyber defense group? Okay, this is interesting. NATO's cyber defense group was first joined by South Korea, but first Asian country, okay? The answer is South Korea. And just to know about this, that the South Korea's National Intelligence Service became the first in Asia to join this NATO's cyber defense group. And South Korea has been under the cyber threats from China and North Korea. तो उनका सबसे बड़ा cyber threat China और North Korea ही था, okay? So you can actually search for a bit of things related to it, that what is NATO's cyber defense group? Number one. Okay. Number two, something about South Korea. Okay, that are the two things you can search over here. And in case you are finding things difficult, let me know that you can't search anything or something like that. Okay, question number six. Which company launched new artificial intelligence chips called Gaudi 2 and Greco? Now, this is some scientific news, and they definitely ask you about the scientific happenings in your country, especially. So the company which launched this was Intel. Note it down. Option B, Intel. And the notes about it can be that the global chip manufacturer, see, this Intel has always been the global chip manufacturer. It has come up with these two chips. Okay, the first one, as far as I remember, Gaudi was related to AI computing, that is artificial intelligence, and it also launched the Greco, and Greco was for inferencing the work, that is taking an AI algorithm and making a prediction of identifying an object. Okay, and this is currently what you need to know. So I'll just note it down that this is one, this is two. Greco and Gaudi 2 is what you will search, and number three is, of course, the answer, which is Intel. You will just search about that. Now, let's go quickly to the seventh question. Seventh question says tomato flu was seen in news recently, is endemic to which state? Now, let me tell you, in May, it started off with some place. So, basically, the question is that where it started off, where it is spread. So, it was spread in Kerala. Option B, that's Kerala. Okay. Now, after the recent outbreak of tomato flu, which was endemic to Kerala, the neighboring states are ramping up surveillance to prevent this disease. Well, just to tell you about tomato flu, it's a rare viral disease which causes fever and skin irritation, rashes, and dehydration. It also affects children below the age of 5 years, so that is more dreadful, and dangerous. And what happens is that they get that red colored blisters in their body. So there's no specific drug currently for treating the children, and so they are, just keeping them in isolation. What they are doing. That's a very dangerous disease. We call it tomato flu. So what you will search is number one about tomato flu and number two about the state of Kerala. Okay, that's how you will make your static GK notes. Talking about the eighth question quickly, AI engineering services AIESL partnered with which company for the maintenance of its critical equipment on key defense platforms? Now, defense is coming into being, and let me tell you one very clear thing. डिफेंस की बात आती है और बाहर से कुछ खरीदना लेने का बात आता है तो वी आर जनरली रेफरिंग टू वन कंपनी विच इज कॉल्ड एज बोइंग. ओके, बोइंग. हमारे हमें कॉलेज में भी बहुत ज्यादा केस स्टडीज मिलते हैं बोइंग से रिलेटेड. सो बोइंग इज एक्चुअली अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट company, I can say. So, just to tell you a little bit about it, that this AIESL recently entered into a MoU with the Boeing for maintenance of its critical equipments on the key defense platforms used by Navy and VVIP aircrafts operated by the Indian Air Force. And this is in line with the commitment made in the India-US ministerial dialogue. Okay, तो यहाँ पर ही ये बात हुई थी, इसलिए Boeing support कर रहा है. So what you will go and search for is AIESL and Boeing. Two things. Okay. Question number nine is a very easy one, of course. Thomas Cup, which was clinched by India recently, is related to which sports? Well, Thomas Cup is related to badminton for the people who don't know. So please note it down that the Indian men's badminton teams beat Indonesia by 3-0 to win their first ever Thomas Cup trophy. This was in news in May, so you guys must have seen or known it. And young badminton player Lakshya Sen, double pair of Swastika Raj Ranki Reddy and Chirag Shetty and Kidambari Shrikant are a part of this Indian team. Okay, so you can also note about these people whose name I took. But if you just go and search for Thomas Cup and India winning the Thomas Cup, okay, you will get to know all the details of what I just told right now orally. Okay, now the two things which you have to search in the static GK part, I have noted it down. Now the 10th and the last question from the month of May. Which of the following regions is neither a major producer nor a consumer of rice? Well, this is a geographical question, and you will say that how can we know about all of this? Well, again, as I said, that every static GK question or even some kind of current affair questions, okay, which you feel like is not related to news, was somewhere or sometime been in news, which has indirectly been asked to you. So if you just go and check If I just tell you the answer, I'll tell you how it was in news. Let's take option C. Option C is the correct answer here. Black Sea region, which is neither a producer nor a consumer of rice. And why is it so? I'll tell you how was it in news. I will also tell you that. Look, the southeast of Asia is one of the largest rice producing areas in the world. You guys know it, right? Southeast Asia, including India, then that Korea. Okay, these are like heavily using rice. Okay, so Southeast Asia is the largest rice producing areas in the world. Similarly, there is another area like Prairie, Mississippi Delta, okay, Gulf Coast. They are also the ones who produce rice, major rice producing area. So this is also rice producing area. You will say how I know this. Well, I'll tell you how you know the answer. This Black Sea region is currently affected by the Ukraine war. Okay, so this region of Black Sea is currently affected by the Ukraine war, and therefore it was in news that since this region is under war and is neither a major producer nor a main consumer of rice, no kind of transaction should take place over here for like no sending over of rice should be done or nothing should be like they left it on its own, this region. Okay, they never tried to reach out to that region, Black Sea region. So that was in news because of the Ukraine Russia war, and that is the reason why this geographical looking question is actually something which is indirectly related to your current affairs only. Okay, quickly going off to the June part. So in the June, the first question asks you, Mahatma Gandhi Setu Bridge, the longest steel bridge in the country, is located in which state? The answer is simple, Bihar. Just to tell you that Nitin Gadkari, who is the Union Road Transport and Highway Minister, inaugurated this longest steel bridge in the country, and this bridge is actually 5.6 kilometers long. Okay, was rebuilt over River Ganga between Patna and Hajipur. Okay, and the cost incurred was somewhere around 1742 crores. Okay, on the National Highway 19, and the ministry also laid the foundation stone for 15 other national highway projects, okay, in Bihar itself. So this is something which you need to note. You need to note about this bridge and you need to know something about Bihar. Okay, this is what is a static GK part for you. Now the 12th question, I hope that you people are answering or trying to answer before I give the answer, which is the first Asian country to legalize the growing and the consumption of marijuana. Okay, this country is definitely not India, you know that. So the first country to do that is Thailand. Okay, Thailand becomes the first Asian country to legalize the growing of marijuana and its consumption in the food and drinks with the aim of boosting its agriculture and tourism sector. So this is what you can actually debate about. Maybe expect it in one of your essays to come, or you can also expect that to be a GD topic for you in the GDPI round. That is it correct or not? But Thailand has seen a tradition of using these cannabis to relieve pain and fatigue. Okay, legalized the medicinal use of marijuana in 2018 only. Medicinal use was legalized in 2018 only, but the one which is happening now in 2022 is actually using it in food and drinks openly. Okay, so and the government plans to give away 1 million of plants as cash crops to encourage farmers to take up its cultivation, you know. So it's a huge change in plan just to make sure that they are improving over their tourism sector and agriculture sector. It's good or bad, that is something you people can prepare yourself as a GG topic or as a VAT round. Okay. Okay, done with question number 12. The important thing you have to search here is about Thailand and about marijuana as well. इसके बारे में भी पढ़ लो, तभी you will be able to support or go against. Then question number 13. Question number 13 says, what is the name of the mascot of 44th Chess Olympiad to be hosted by Chennai in 2022? Okay, this was a nice animal. I remember it. Its answer is option D, that is Thambi. It's actually, if you go and search Thambi, you will see a horse or a knight who is wearing a shirt kind of a thing and folding his hands and standing. It's a very nice thing. You can go and search about Thambi. Okay, this was actually This mascot was unveiled by the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, then MK Stalin, and the logo was named as Thambi. And this Thambi in Tamil means the younger brother, and the international event was held at Malalpuram near Chennai, and over 2,000 players from 186 countries took part in this chess Olympiad. Okay, so that was a really great and big Olympiad. Search about these two things. This will really help you. And then we have our 14th question. Ramsay Hunt syndrome, which was seen in the news, is associated with which part of the body? You will again come and say that, okay, come on, that's a biology question. Are we going to make notes of all the diseases and which part does it affect to? So my answer will be no, my sweetheart, not really. What you have to just do is read the news because it's already mentioned this disease was seen in the news for one of the most famous celebrities. Okay, so even if you're following him on Instagram, you would have known about this disease and not even read in the newspaper. Then also he has himself described about this disease. So who is this? Well, let me tell you, the answer to question number 14 is B, face. Okay, and who is this icon I'm talking about? He is none other than Baby. Yes, Justin Bieber. He has revealed that he has been diagnosed with a condition called Ramsay-Hunt syndrome, which has fully paralyzed the right side of his face, and it was really bad. And to see him making a video like that. Okay, I'm not a very big Justin Bieber fan, but still have a soft corner in my heart towards him because I remember that I used to actually trade off to get that video song in a pen drive from my other friends, okay, and give them something in return. So that's why I felt really bad that he got diagnosed with this disease. He made a video on that. It's actually a neurological disease, okay, and that caused by the inflammation of nerves. So you can definitely search about both of these things. Number one, the Ramsay Hunt syndrome, and number two about Justin Bieber, but you don't need actually. So just search for Ramsay Hunt syndrome. That will be more than enough. Okay. Now, question number 15. Which country has announced plans to launch a solar power plant in space? बताइए इंडिया में तो कंप्लीट हो नहीं रहा है, इन्हें स्पेस में सोलर पावर प्लांट डालना है. हु आर दे? ऑफ कोर्स ऐसी चीजें सिर्फ चाइना कर सकता है, ठीक है. So the answer here is China. It has announced that it is planning to launch a solar power plant in the space for producing the inexhaustible power in 2028. ये प्लान 2028 का है as a part of the updated plan. Earlier, China aimed to establish a 1 megawatt solar power in space by 2030, but now China is launching a satellite in 2028 to test the wireless power transmission technology from the space to the ground from an altitude of around 400 kilometers. Okay, and if this happens, it would convert the solar energy into microwaves or lasers and send it back to Earth, and this really will turn out to be an inexhaustible source of energy. अगर ये सच हो गया तो फिर ये बहुत बड़ा इन्वेंशन होगा. Okay, now question number 16 for you people. This was highly in news, and I don't find anyone around me. I don't think any one of you would be giving me the wrong answer for this. Agnipath scheme was launched recently associated with reforms in which field? Come on, if you go wrong, I will just, you're not present physically in front of me. Otherwise, I would have punched you people if you went wrong in this. This is very easy. Defense is the answer, guys. Just not. See, this was not just restricted to your newspaper. It came out in the news channels, debated over a period of months, became memes and everything. So something like this needs your attention. अगर आप इतना भी attention pay नहीं करते हो, तो you are in a very bad state. You have to start working really hard. Okay, so just a minute, I'll just go back and tell you what you have to search in question number 15 for the static GK part. You have to search about the country China, okay, and about what a solar power plant is, okay, any details about it. And for question number 16, you have to search about the Agnipath scheme, okay, and that's all, nothing else. Question number 17, let's quickly take that. Now, which state has slashed the value added tax on the aviation turbine fuel to just 4%, which was earlier 20%? इतना महान काम करने वाला स्टेट कौन है? The state is Jharkhand. Option B. Well, to strengthen the air connectivity to the state and boost the tourism, Jharkhand government slashed the VAT on aviation turbine fuel to 4% from 20%. And this was just in order to boost its connectivity through air. Okay, so not lots of detail I have about this. So just search for Jharkhand if you have already not done it. Number one, and number two, about what is value added tax and what is aviation turbine fuel. Any special thing? Like just 1 or 2 points will be more than enough, guys. Okay, 1 or 2 points only. Okay, question number 18, very much in news. Okay, LGBTQ Pride Month is observed in United States in which month? Not just in United States, guys, it is also observed in India, especially in the IT companies and of course Tata Steel also. I remember the in the steel sector it was Tata Steel, of course, and definitely all the IT companies were celebrating it, and we had our theme changed to rainbow, and that was in the month of course, the question is all about June, right? So it's so easy to guess here. June is the month of, also called as Pride Month. Okay, every year celebrated in the month of June. It commemorates the 1969 Stonewall's uprising in Manhattan, which is recognized as the starting point for the gay liberation movement in US. Initially, the last Saturday, I mean, the kind of a Sunday in June was celebrated as the Gay Pride Day also, but just in order to increase its awareness, it's been celebrated throughout the month. Okay, and that's all, I guess, is enough for this. You can just go and search for LGBTQ Pride Month. Okay, that's all. Number one. Number two. Okay, 19th number. After Jharkhand and Andhra Pradesh, which state has entered into uranium mining in India? So there are only three currently, let me tell you. So earlier it was only Jharkhand and Andhra Pradesh. Now who has entered the market? It's Rajasthan. Option C, Rajasthan. So after Jharkhand and Andhra Pradesh, Rajasthan is the third state where the uranium has been found, and the rare mineral is found in Rohil in Sikar district. Okay, and the government has issued a letter of intent to the Uranium Corporation of India for excavation of the ore of this rare mineral in the state. So this was much in news. Talk about uranium mining. Go and search about uranium mining. Go and search about Rajasthan. Okay, not number one, number two. And the last question for the day, guys. What is the name of the high-speed expendable aerial target, also called as HEAT, which was recently tested by DRDO? The name is Abhyas. Option B, Abhyas. Okay. This was the indigenously designed, that means made in India itself. And the trial was carried out by the DRDO from the Integrated Test Range, ITR, in Odisha's Chandipur. Okay. Earlier, DRDO and the army successfully tested another anti-tank guided missile in Maharashtra, but you can search about it later. What are the things which you need to search over here? You need to search about what is heat, what is the full form of DRDO, and what is its working, and about the real answer, which is Abhyas also. So that's all for this video, guys. These are the certain things you all have to search as the static GK part. And as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, that the one of you doing this first, okay, after watching the video, doing this first will be the one who would get an opportunity for one-on-one free mentorship call with me, so that we can have a personalized plan for you during the examination, for any examination you're planning to crack. And of course, don't forget to follow me on Instagram, because here you get all of these things mentioned over here: GK, Quant, Verbal, every updates are present over there. So don't forget to follow me over there. And if you're not on Instagram, create a temporary account which is only related to your study, and do follow all the things at one place. I try to bring all the news at one small square box picture, so that you guys don't have to search here and there and waste a lot of time. All right, then, just a small reminder, don't forget to like this video and please share it with more and more people if you like this. Okay, definitely subscribe to the channel as well if you haven't done it yet. Thank you so very much. All the best and take care of yourself.